Right, it's episode 45 of the Gully OgaSamuel podcast. It's myself, Gully.
It's OgaSamuel, Samuel Williams.
Samuel, we've got some vegan friends in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, you vegan as well, David?
Yeah, my brother. I'm vegan. I'm
sick.
vegan. I'm a little different though. I'm an alkaline vegan.
What does that mean? You only eat foods of alkaline quality?
They came smelling like trees, so I know they're vegans because
Yeah, alkaline. The alkaline vegan lifestyle, should I say, it's different to the vegan lifestyle. See, vegans they'd rather eat just anything that grows naturally or organically. That's what they say.
I think I saw it on Facebook actually. A guy from Guyana or something, and he was explaining the alkaline diet, and it was a lot of greens. So he had like a lot of greens in it, and he was saying about how it balances out because the body's acidic or something. He was saying or something like that.
Anything that's alkaline is natural, meaning that it was created without the aid of a man.
Right.
You know, it just grows naturally, just like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
So that is your diet. It's an alkaline vegan diet,
and it's a very strict alkaline diet.
And Phil, what about yourself? Where do you lie within all this?
Yeah, I'm an alkaline vegan as well.
Right. Okay. Some serious stuff here.
Energy, bruv. That sounds depressed, like that he's eating. Like,
Where's your energy, bro?
No.
This guy gets very excited when he's telling me about his coconut water and all that. And now he's all mellow and
he's
calm.
modest. He's modest.
Yeah.
Modest about the alkaline ways.
Modest about it, yeah.
What's the? I like coconut water myself as well. But what's the brand that you guys are messing
He
with?
said, "Ooh, what is that? Is that against the
coconut water? We need to understand
packaged.
that. You see,
Oh shit! I'm buying
water,
Vita Coco.
Yeah,
it's actually Mother Nature's bottled water.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's where they got the idea to bottle water.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing, isn't it? Like, I could go to Jamaica on a Monday, fly back on Tuesday, leave it in my house on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, and drink it on a Saturday. That's bottled water to me, you know? So it's like, when you're drinking that, you're drinking the essence of Mother Nature. Because how did the water get into the coconut itself? That's a very good question. Because how does it get into the coconut? Everything has to be explained.
Yeah.
So when the coconut is growing itself, just like a child, it's linked to an umbilical cord. We call that the branch. Okay? And this umbilical cord or this branch is receiving minerals through or via the roots.
This nigga's getting in, cuz.
Via the roots. The roots go deep into the ground, sometimes 200 feet deep into the ground, collecting minerals and water from the earth, from Mother Nature. So when it's growing through its seasonal state, it's feeding the coconut and it's growing larger and larger and larger until it's time for it to
Hatch.
all right, or to be born or to be removed from the umbilical cord, you know, and then we enjoy the juice.
Can I just say, I think you'd be great. Not that I was getting bored with that. I think you'd be great at reading bedtime stories or like relaxation tapes, meditation.
Man will read a vegan cookbook like. So you start with 400 grams of tofu.
Oh,
Now,
But we wouldn't use tofu, though.
No.
We wouldn't
Okay.
use tofu.
why? Because it's not alkaline.
It ain't alkaline, you know that.
so the boy looked upon the spinach and he said unto the spinach.
Thou shalt not.
Yeah, it's deep. It's deep.
No, but I totally get what you mean about that. The root and the branch and the sort of analogy with the umbilical cord. When did it all change for you?
Boy, I'd say I'm 27 now. I'd say it all changed for me at age 23. Because when I was 23 years old, I felt that there was something wrong with me. I didn't know what was wrong with me, you know, but I felt like I needed to change something. And people were telling me about changing diet and even spoke about a man named Dr. 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞. Dr. 𝐦𝐨𝐵𝐞 is a man who's been curing diseases such as blindness, paralysis, HIV, all kinds of diseases.
HIV.
Yeah. And he's been doing this since 1988. He actually went to the New York Supreme Court of Law because they accused him of practicing medicine without a license. So they took him to court and he won his case. Why? Because this is documented. You can go online and find this out now. Every single court case is documented and archived. So he didn't bring them. 77 people came to back up this man because they were all people who had received medication from this man or herbs from this man, vegetation from this man and had been cured of what ails them. So one came in, let's say they were 10 years old. The 10-year-old will come to the stand. I had AIDS in January, and in February the 10th, I no longer had AIDS. And the child was born with AIDS. So it's not like they just came in and said things. They came in with evidence. And 77 of them, ranging from children to adults to the elderly.
What country did this happen in?
This happened in New York.
New York.
Yeah, this is the New York Supreme
United
Court
States.
of Law. This is New York City. This is all within the book that I created.
So you brought the book along with
I've
you.
brought the book along with me. Yes.
Let's name check that
What, is
title.
this your book?
This is my book.
I
I'm
didn't
the
know
author
you
of
had a
this
book.
Samuel, what's the title?
It's called Eat to Live, Not to Die.
When did you release this?
Well, I'd say it's been about a year now. About a year, yeah.
Book looks official though.
Yeah, it's very easy to understand. You know, I don't.
You were flicking through. I think I saw a vagina in there.
No, no, it's an image to.
Yeah,
Is it fruit? Is it a fruit?
No, I mean,
Or-
like, you know, like in science books. Like
yeah,
the
you know how
vagina.
you get so
Right,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
explains
this
certain
what- I
things
thought I
about
saw, yeah. No, the
fibroids
fallopian
and
tube
why
cervix,
there's no
yeah.
such thing really as menopause, and the reason why we should not eat carrots, and
You shouldn't eat carrots.
no.
So I was told a lie all those years about how I wouldn't avoid going blind by eating carrots.
No, it's actually a misconception because carrots wasn't actually made by Mother Nature. Carrots is a
Genetically modified.
Yes, it's a hybrid. It was created by combining two plants together. It's called hybridization. Okay, they take one plant, okay, and they cut a slither within the stem, and they marry or tie together the other plant or plant B with plant A, and it produces a completely
Plant
different
C.
plant C, exactly. And this plant C is a carrot. So plant A is the Queen Anne's lace. Okay, this is known in Mother Nature as a yarrow plant. Okay, and the wild yam, which you can find in places in Africa. Those two will combine together to create the carrot. So what I am saying is, without
Carrot came from a yam.
a yam and a
Wild
Queen
yam.
Anne's lace. So what I'm saying then is, if there was no Queen Anne's lace and there was no wild yam, we would not see a carrot ever again.
And Bugs Bunny would have no carrot as well.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing, how comes a carrot does not produce a seed? So let's say, for example, for argument's sake, because I know many people are going to say,
I don't know how carrots are grown. They're
Wait,
not grown from
They're
seeds.
grown from the ground.
many people are going to say, but
right.
you can use the top bit and you can put it back in the ground and it'll grow again.
But that's
Okay,
replicating. That's
listen
just
to
really
this.
growth.
If every carrot on the planet Earth was to disappear now, there were no more carrots. No one could find one. How would you grow a carrot?
Yeah, we don't have the seeds.
No, he's saying there's no seeds for carrots.
That's what I mean. Because we don't have seeds.
right.
So essentially, you wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
All right, but somewhere in Africa or Central America or any hot tropical place, there's a mango tree being grown by Mother Nature, and people are going to be able to go there and take from the tree when it's time for the mangoes to be taken. So what I'm trying to say is, even if every single human being died today, Mother Nature would still produce mangoes, she'll still produce avocados, she'll still produce watermelons. We need the planet Earth more than the Earth needs us. The Earth would actually flourish and blossom without us. We take. We never allow her to reproduce. That's why we have to mass produce, because we've become greedy. You see? So going back to the carrots, if it was wiped out, you wouldn't have it. But if I gave you a carrot and someone gave me some fruits, and then we both went off to on our journeys, you would eat your carrot on your way to your journey. I would eat my grapes and spit out the seeds, and then I'll be able to get to my destination and plant my seeds to get some, grape trees. And you'll go home with carrots in your stomach and nothing to grow. So this is the reason why having a seed inside of a fruit is very essential. You know, we take it for granted now, but when there's a time when we need food, when we all realize we can't eat money or diamonds or gold or Rolex watches, then we'll finally be able to overstand and realize that, you know, food, whoever controls your food is controlling a lot of things.
Do you do spoken word as well?
I don't do no spoken word, sir.
Mate, it's 98% there. It sounds like you're a spoken word
You
artist.
had my attention because I was just listening to
Like
you.
whoever.
The natural way of speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
How do you know each other? How Phil and David?
Also friends from
School days,
quite a while.
innit?
School days, from young.
Yeah, school.
So what was the typical school lunch?
For me,
Yeah.
oh come on, I was just like you, mate, man. I was, you know.
Remember,
Mum, is there any chicken?
he
in
only
that sandwich?
converted like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I just want to see the difference.
Yeah,
Running
mate,
off.
I was
Because
exactly the
what
same.
I'm getting at is obviously them times or whatever that school would have essentially just put whatever they thought was suitable on a plate.
Yeah,
You know.
that's
They
it.
thought anything was
Anything.
suitable, to
Come
be
on.
fair.
I even believe that thing you said about the carrots. I hated carrots,
Yeah.
but I wanted to have good eyes,
Yeah.
so I ate them a lot. You know.
I was mashing works on the
Believe
broccoli
the myth.
because
Yeah, the broccoli.
I was like, I'm gonna be
all these
6
things
foot
that they say
22.
we should have ate was we shouldn't have eaten because they just weren't natural. Because the body needs what it's made up of. Okay, if the body is made up of Haribos, then give the body the Haribos. If the body's
Amen.
made of Pringles, then give the body some Pringles. But the body is made from gold and silver and potassium and iodides and bromides and phosphates and zinc. These are the things that the body is made up of. They call them minerals. Someone's called them vitamins for some reason. But when a biochemist checks out a human body, they don't find any vitamins. They're going to tell you all of those things that I just mentioned before. Potassium, zinc, and so on. So when you check out this word vitamins and you do some investigation on it, what do you find? You find that it derives from the words vital minerals. So again, someone's trying to snow us. You see?
Makes sense.
So
Yeah.
where do we find these minerals that I speak of? We find them in the things that Mother Nature has made, not a man. Because can a man make something better than Mother Nature could make and then make that thing benefit you more than Mother Nature could make it benefit you? That is impossible. Then you're calling yourself God.
I just want to, and we don't use those lightly, but that is a very poignant statement you made there. Did you see this week by the time this podcast gets released, it would have been a couple of weeks ago, the chicken connoisseur, the young lads. Well, yeah, he's put out the videos about how I'm reviewing chicken shops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's blew up. That's blew up.
Yeah, well, you have to understand that many people have been conditioned, but only because their mothers. You see, I have to talk about the mothers because it's very important that women, not only mothers, because before you was a mother, you was just a woman, you know? So all women need to understand that when they change their diets, everyone else will change with you, because 9 times out of 10, the household, food-wise, is run by the woman.
Yeah, definitely.
So once the woman starts to change what she creates to prepare herself to eat, then I feel that, in my opinion, that, you know, the father will then change, and, you know, the children will slowly start changing, and, you know, everyone will slowly start to change. So if everybody focuses on trying to help women more,
Yeah.
then maybe that change will trickle down, you know, to the people that she creates, essentially, because women give birth to themselves. And
back to the umbilical cord.
all right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Phil, when did you make the big change, the big V?
It was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What prompted it?
Well, it was a lot of things was changing, and
Can you just?
I'll say,
Yeah.
what it was, a lot of things was changing, and obviously, David being close to me, I see him taking up the lifestyle, and obviously I asked him a lot of questions about it in the beginning because I was thinking, what are you doing? Like, how you not-
Did you think he was crazy a little bit?
Yeah.
Everyone thinks
I
I'm
did.
crazy.
In the beginning, it's like, what? Come on. No jollof fries at parties, no chicken, nothing. You know what I'm saying? But understanding the reasons behind it and everything else, like some of the health benefits, because during that time I took up a course in personal training, health, nutrition, so I learnt quite a lot.
So you learned about
The body.
The body, looking after yourself, and real nutrition and food. So I started watching Dr. Sebi's videos online. Yeah.
So that's we can find a lot of information from him on YouTube.
Yeah, that's my teacher there.
Yeah.
Everything I know in regards to health and nutrition, Dr. Sebi taught me that, and he only died just recently. Or I could say a lot of people would like to say murdered, but again, he died, and no one knows how he died or where he died except his killer. You know, that's how we have to see it, because anything else is a rumor. He died August the 6th, so you know he was, and why now he was like 82.
How did they know he's dead?
How do everyone know he's dead? Exactly.
Well,
that's
I
a
mean,
good question.
No, I'm just from the information you're giving me.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it's confirmed.
No, it is confirmed. It's confirmed by his family. Has confirmed it, and everyone. He's passed. But again,
but they don't know where his body is.
They know where his body is. Come on.
I thought you said only the killer knows where his body is.
No. Only the person that killed him knows how he died.
Oh, I thought you meant his body.
That's how I believe that's how every single murder is. You don't. The only person that knows is who did it, unless he was with someone, you know, and then they knew. So my point is, there's no point throwing around conspiracies and blah blah blah. There would be no occurrence unless that occurrence was supposed to occur, and I stand by that 100%. Life goes on. He brought us a message. Did you get the message? If so, apply it to your life, teach other people, and let life continue on. You know, everyone's here for a reason. You're here for a reason. He's here for a reason. Everybody's going to have a different reason of being here. So that means everybody has a different message. If 100 people bake a cake, or a banana cake, each cake will taste different, but they're all banana cakes, you know? So there's more than one way to portray a message. I have my way. I created a book called Eat to Live, Not to Die. If we start from the beginning, I actually created a charity called Eat to Live, Not to Die. It's a registered charity. And I was fed up of talking because I felt like I had so many people calling me crazy and my friends questioning my sanity, that I had to just put my mind into a book, you know, so it's easily, you know, understood. I've created it in a way that even a 4-year-old that could read well could understand.
I think that's important, because for the people who are on the fence, like for example, I've not been eating meat since July 2015, so I'm still eating fish and veg, but eventually it'll come a time when I just want to cut out the fish.
Right.
But I'm like, how do you? I don't know what it is. It's something about it's about the texture.
How do you cut out the fish? Well, to be honest with you, if I'm going to be honest, we have to first understand what does it do, you know? Because I feel like if you understood what the fish does to the body, then it would help you to stop it even more. But in regards to what you need to replace the fish with, there is no replacement for flesh except one thing on the planet Earth: mushrooms. Mushrooms, a lot of people mistaking it to be something that is bad. It is a network of mycelia, okay? And this network grows on top of, in, and under, because we find mushrooms under the sea, under the ocean, on the land, mountains, everywhere you can find mushrooms. It's powerful, and it's been here for a very long time on the planet Earth. And it's the most dense natural substance on the planet Earth as well. Like, it tastes like flesh, you know, like literally like flesh. The same way you would season fish And the same way you would season your chicken before you roast it, bake it, fry it, because it's ironic you have to go to Mother Nature's herbs to season the flesh that we eat.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yes.
Last podcast we were actually speaking on that.
Yes.
The guy was saying he was saying he was saying that his friend was asking, do you like chicken? And the friend was like, yeah. And he goes, okay, but he goes, no, but do you like chicken? He's like, yeah. He goes, okay, but if you didn't season it, do you like chicken? And he goes, no, I don't like it. And
exactly.
The taste.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just kind of you talking about the whole seasoning thing.
Exactly.
But with that though, it was a bit iffy because it's like it's still applicable to the veg, like if that makes sense. Same way if you didn't season veg, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, just with that point.
I'm not saying you.
Yeah, no.
I'm not.
I'm just saying it's just ironic. Literally, we're just talking about seasoning.
Oh, yes,
the importance of seasoning.
Most naturally, because at the end of the day, it's our tongues. Our tongues are our biggest enemies, so to speak.
Yeah.
And they get us into a lot of trouble because we seek it. Our tongue remembers the taste. Those messages are sent to your brain, and then your brain wants it. Okay, so our tongue is an influencer. All right. So back to the mushrooms now. If we season the mushrooms the same way we season our fish and our chicken and our beef, and we shadow fry them in some oil like avocado oil or grapeseed oil, not rapeseed oil.
Man said
grapes.
avocado oil.
Avocado oil.
I didn't even know that existed.
Because the reason why we use avocado oil or grapeseed oil, sesame seed oil or hemp seed oil, but my two first recommendations would be avocado or grapeseed. If you fry with those things have a high heating point, meaning that it can be taken above a certain heating point so that it's not turned into a toxin. You see, when you cook with coconut oil or olive oil, you're taking it above a certain, even though they're two natural oils, you're taking it above a certain heating point, which turns it into a carcinogen. As soon as it goes above a certain heating point, because most people will find that when you're cooking with the coconut oil or the olive oil, it begins to smoke.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
When it begins to smoke, that's the indication that you're now burning or destroying this oil.
The elements.
It's no longer what it is. You've changed it. Then it becomes a carcinogen, which influences cancer inside of the body. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want those things. So what you should use is high heat cooking oil, which is avocado oil.
What about olive oil? Where does that sit?
No, olive oil.
You just said olive oil and coconut oil.
Olive oil and coconut oil we cannot use to cook with high heat. No. You should use coconut and olive oils just to spread on salads.
I was going to say, it makes sense why they use it for salads and dressings and stuff.
For dressing. Those are the things that you use them for. You can even take a teaspoon of that every morning. Those are good oils for the body.
Yeah.
The bad oils are the oils that you get from the chips that you buy in the chicken shop.
Yeah.
The bad oils are the vegetable oils and the sunflower oils and these other oils. Why is avocado oil way more expensive than these other oils? Because they know the value. You're purchasing value. That's how it is in this world.
I was guessing production as well. It must be difficult to the yield.
Yeah, that's the reason why you pay for that
That's
price.
what I'm saying. I'm saying
Definitely.
with price, I'd assume it was because of the yield.
My mother always told me, when you buy cheap, you buy twice.
Yeah.
That's it. So go for the best. Definitely. You're worth it.
That's
Is that a Just for Men advert? Samuel, do you ever think that you might one day turn vegan?
I do think about. Well, not necessarily vegan, but in general, like just diet in general. I always think about. I always try to learn what I can. But it's just, I guess I just don't know enough for me to kind of
make that decision
to a certain lifestyle. Yeah, as in, because obviously I'm told, you can get, when I speak about protein, they're like, you can get it in nuts and all that kind of stuff.
Is there any
No, you can't.
Well, okay, when we're speaking about protein, because it can be very easy for you. At the moment, are you still eating chicken and fish and
Everything?
You've eaten everything. Okay, so it's baby steps.
Yeah.
Okay, it's nothing in this life.
Oh yeah, I get it. I won't go cold turkey or nothing.
Some people can.
I did it.
Some people can. Yeah. Some people can, and that those people that do those things, you can see how much control they have over themselves,
Right.
and that's a very good thing. Not saying that you don't have control over yourself.
No, I get it.
You might just be trying to take control over yourself.
No, I get
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So discipline is very important, because to be able to tell yourself, I'm not going to do this, and then not do it, that's very important, because self-control is all that we have. They say the person that has control over him or herself is one of the most powerful people. It is, because you can know your power and choose not to exercise your power.
Mm-hmm.
That's good control, you know? So I would say take baby steps. Everything is always going to be baby steps. Nothing is instant. Even when you're trying to, let's say, for example, change your whole diet from eating flesh to eating alkaline foods or vegetarian foods, if you don't understand the problem, you will never ever be able to perform a cure for yourself. For example, I see people in two ways. You're either the person, okay, let's start it this way. The roof is leaking, all right? And you decide to get a bucket to allow the drops to drop into the bucket. And then it's dropping into the bucket, and you're emptying it out and emptying it out.
Yeah,
That's one person.
You're not finding the root of
That's one person, exactly. That's one person. Now, the other person, it starts dripping. He goes outside, gets his ladder, he goes onto the roof, he gets his hammer, and he gets his little piece of lead or whatever, and closes that area of the roof so that it no longer drips, so the rain continues flowing downwards. That's the person that has got to the problem.
Taking action, big action.
You know?
Yeah.
You don't want to
not just taking action, but actually acknowledging the problem first, because you can't. It's kind of like when you have an issue with your computer, you have to troubleshoot it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? You have to find out what the issue is.
Oh,
first
yeah, of course, yeah.
Before you can take action. Do you know what I mean? Like, before you can actually come to resolve, do I need to clear the hard drive? Do you know what I mean? Is it a virus? Is it a RAM problem?
All right,
Like,
exactly.
for you to find that out, you have to troubleshoot and find out what the problem is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you take action, but first you have to find out the issue, which
You need to be diagnosed before the doctor can give you anything.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way it goes.
Well, one thing we spoke about was protein there. So a lot of people will say, oh, like, you know, you don't eat meat, so where do you get your protein from? So what are the surprise foods that we might not have expected to contain protein that in fact do?
Well,
Avocado.
protein. What was that, Phil?
Avocado.
Certainly, instantly.
Avocado.
Yeah,
And
avocado.
I thought that was like a healthy fat.
One avocado is equivalent to 2 steaks.
Seriously?
Yes, that is the good fat. That's the most excellent fat you could ever put in your body.
2 steaks?
Two
That's
steaks.
incredible.
But
One
we're
avocado.
not eating avocados. You know, we're not even. I know the people listening that love avocados. They're eating avocados, and those people, they're probably, you know, quite lean,
Yeah.
you know, or built. You know, if you've been eating it from young, from since you were a child. But I don't even like the word protein. What is protein? You know, the answer that you get predominantly is, oh, protein is, you know, one of the something amino acids, the building blocks of life, and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. You know, what amino acids? What is an acid?
Yeah.
When we say acid, what is an acid? Something that burns, something that melts, something that decays, something that erodes. Why do we need acid in our body? The only reason why we would need an acid in our body is those hydrochloric acids in our bodies that breaks down the majority of food that does not get broken down inside of the body. Other than that, I don't need any other acids, thank you. I was born with hydrochloric acid. I don't need to apply any more into the body.
So you don't like have oranges in that?
Oranges don't contain any acid,
Is it?
nor does lime.
Oh, wow, I thought it did.
Yeah, this is a misconception. People say that these things are citrus.
Yeah.
Okay. What is a citrus? A citrus is an acid. But a citrus is not acid. I'll tell you what is an acid. Salt is an acid. The juice from sugarcane is an acid. Take some salt, okay, and put it onto a snail. What happens?
That's
Yeah.
It starts to melt.
yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Now take some lime juice and put it on the snail. It's not melting. Why? Wow. Oh my gosh. The snail doesn't melt. I thought
It
lime
could,
on
it could just be the you know what kind of the salt is composed of though, because
You know why?
because there may be other, like now there could be acids
Mm-hmm.
that you put on us, like you know all the different acids you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying every single one of those acids will melt snow?
Anything that is acid, meaning they have a alkaline, a pH level.
Yeah.
Is it okay? This is the thing.
Yeah, I get
The pH thing, yeah? Okay, anything below 7 is an acid,
Yeah.
period. And the further down the scale you get, like garlic 3.3, that will burn your cells and destroy your cells.
But what I'm saying, so garlic's acidic.
Yes,
So would garlic melt snow?
yes,
Is
it
it?
would, yes.
So that's
If
what I
you
was
put
asking.
the garlic juice on the snail,
what
it
I
would
was
melt.
asking is, so anything that's acidic
Yes.
in general
Yes.
would melt the snow.
Exactly.
Okay,
Everything that is acidic
Yeah.
that's basically what I was trying to ask.
will kill. Will just kill a snail, basically, because that substance is burning him.
Yeah.
The snail doesn't have enough substance around his body to withstand that. We've got bone, we've got hydrochloric acid, we've got organs, we've got veins, we've got, you know what I mean? We
Yeah.
have so much. We are a very incredible creation. We are a living organism, walking, talking. We have choice. The word choice, the word will, in fact, will, 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 to do whatever you wilt. Right now, you could get up, leave the studio, drive your car, go home, and that's it. We're going to be like, what the hell? Why? What's going on there? Because you just wanted to do that. You willed it. So because we have will, we should take that responsibility a bit more seriously, because we can literally do whatever we want. A snail can't move out the way if someone's about to step on it. A flower can't move its head if someone wants to smell it. A lion can't help but want to chase down an antelope and go for its neck and slaughter it. And, there's no will there. They do what nature has intended.
So the fact that we have the choice is our responsibility to put more value on that.
Exactly. And do the right thing and be as healthy as we can, because isn't the goal to life is to live?
Yeah.
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 Just that, just to live. Because if you're dying now, you're going to do everything in your power to live.
Stay alive, yeah.
So, people say to me, oh, but I don't want to become vegan, I don't want to live long. I don't aspire to live long. And I'm not promoting anyone to live forever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, would you not like to live a
Healthy
painless
Prosperous,
life?
Yeah.
Living a
Healthy
painless life and living a painful life, a life full of pain and a life without no pain whatsoever. I want to live a painless life. I don't want to live a painful life, but people are living in pain every day. They're sitting at work. They know they have a bad back. They're at home cooking up and they can feel that pain in their shoulder or their leg. And we all go around like we're all right, but none of us are all right because we all eating the same foods. How many people suffer from diabetes? How many people suffer from bowel cancer? How many people are wearing glasses? How many people are losing their hair? These are the questions that we need to ask ourselves, because nobody's getting better. People are getting worse. And it is what we all do in common, eating food.
Since you've started your alkaline diet, in terms of your health, have you felt much difference?
Well, when I was 23, I can't even put a date on it. Let's just say I had diabetes, okay? Because the person that finds out they had cancer on Friday evening, they didn't know they had cancer on Thursday night. They don't even know when it came or arrived. You couldn't put a date on it.
Yeah.
You just found out you had cancer on Friday.
Yeah.
You definitely had it on yesterday and the day before that. It doesn't show up in just 3 days. Do you get what I'm saying to
Yeah, I
you?
get what you're saying.
So I can't even put a date on when I had diabetes. But I had diabetes, and I changed my diet, and then I went to go and see this man named Dr. 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞.
What, you were diagnosed with diabetes?
I diagnosed myself with diabetes. Basically, what happens is when your blood sugar.
So like as in a theory.
No, you can take these tests that
you
measure your
test
blood
yourself.
sugar.
Oh, you actually
I did. Yes.
diagnosed
Yeah.
yourself. Oh, right.
So, because I knew there's something wrong with me, and my father suffers from diabetes also.
Oh, right.
So
It's
it was-
hereditary, right? Is it
They say
hereditary?
it is. They say it is. Yeah, they say it is. But I don't think anything's hereditary. Basically, what I mean by that is, if your mother had AIDS and she gave birth to the child and the child had AIDS, I can cure the child and then cure the mother, meaning it is no longer hereditary.
But
Do you understand?
But it was hereditary.
In the sense, okay, when a woman or a man or anyone has a disease, okay, in the family, it can be passed down only because the parent had it because they were eating those things that they shouldn't have been eating. All right.
Either way, regardless of the cause, if you have it and you pass it down, it's hereditary. So even if you cure that person, they've passed it down.
Yes, 100%.
But you're saying you're breaking
yes,
carrying on.
Yeah, you'll never have that after you've been cured.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Exactly.
But it will still be hereditary.
Oh yes, 100%, bro. Because you have to understand
the reason why I'm asking, so you don't get misconstrued by people.
Yes.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
If I'm listening, I just think
I just want to clarify
not,
something now to all mothers. Whatever you build yourself on, you build your child on. It's as simple as that. What you are, your child will be. If you imagine two mothers, one that lived in West, one that lived in North. The one in West was eating fried chicken and chips and dumplings and all these things that is not good for her. And the other mother that lived in North or whatever was eating fruits and vegetables, and herbs and seeds and nuts and so on and so forth. I guarantee you, when both of them have their child, one will be better than the other. Simply. I don't care what is wrong with any of them, but one will definitely be better than the other because one mother's raised her child on things that are really good for him. And we know that because we all know that doctors, even though they're not doing much, they do mention sometimes change your diet, cut back on some meat. That's what they say. Yeah. But they never say things like, no, stay away from those carrots and those broccoli.
They don't specifically address.
Yeah, they don't specifically, So we already know that, society, the world, we can already see that there are conversations.
Maybe they don't know.
I think they do.
I think they know. But
they
it's
know
not in their, it's not in their.
Because obviously if you're like alkaline diet, I don't think it's like in syllabus. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't think they teach that in school. Do you get what I'm saying? As in, does that make sense? So just because someone's a doctor, I don't think they'll necessarily know about alkaline diet. Do you know what I mean? Like they know fruit and vegetables are healthy.
Exactly.
But I'm saying they may not necessarily know
it gets deeper.
Exactly. That's my point. So my point is obviously if you're saying doctors won't say that, it may not be because they're trying to hide it from you. It could be ignorance. They may not actually know.
But regardless, I promise you, someone just stopping to eat meat will get better regardless because the body heals itself.
Oh, no.
The body heals itself. If you are cut, you're going to heal. In about 3 months' time, it's going to be a scar. And in a year's time, it might fade or whatever. So that is evidence that the body heals itself. So that means if it can do it on the outside, it can definitely do it on the inside. So when you eat the things that the body is made from, like the mangoes and the papayas and the avocados, then you're building yourself with the things that you are actually made from.
Yeah, I get what
you're almost restoring what's already there.
What's already there, you're topping up your fuel, as you would say, for your vehicle. Yeah. Remember, your vehicle is your body, okay? And your fuel is alkaline food, not Haribo's or Doritos or any of these other things that people love to eat that are like foods, but they're not food. They just taste like it because remember, our tongues, our biggest enemies.
Deceiver.
Yeah, Deceiver. Where can people actually get the book? Because I feel like with the knowledge that you're presenting here just now, there's a good chance that a lot of listeners on the podcast will be like, actually, if I'm going to such lengths to put myself possibly...
I had a feeling it'll be black.
Dr.
Sebi.
Yeah, Dr. Sebi's from Honduras. And you can purchase the book from ETLNTD.com.
Right, okay, that's your personal
website.
There.
Yep, that's the website, right. ETLNTD.com. You can get all the information that I speak about and many more things from there.
Yeah, I feel like it's something that is, especially in 2016, it's became more prominent in sort of mainstream culture. Obviously there was yoga, there was green juice a couple of years ago, and now there's the vegan diet, and a lot of people... One thing actually, before we wrap up, one thing was that especially in cultures, you know, within Asian culture,
Yeah.
within maybe black culture,
Yeah.
that it's in some aspects actually in Asian culture, it's seen that you're more wealthy if you're able to supply meat to your guests.
Exactly.
You know, whereas if you eat a vegetarian, there's some shame. You know,
right.
there's some shame attached.
Like you're
to
not
that.
eating well.
Yeah, and then on the other side, you know, especially within, as we've seen from the chicken connoisseur, the young lad who's got the YouTube videos out, obviously going to the chicken shops is such a sort of prominent spot in London. You know, it's almost like a social. It's like a social thing. So, do you ever think it'll get to a point where people just like flip it on its head and they'll be like, you know, we don't need a chicken shop anymore?
Definitely, 100 million %. Because at the end of the day, we're all gonna come to the conclusion that, you know, diabetes is not in the air.
Yeah.
Cancer of the bowels is not in the air. Paralysis and blindness is not in the air. What could it be? Oh, what do we all eat in common? Oh, the Morley's shop, the chicken and chip shop, you know, the kebab shops, and
Morley's is the belly as well, cuz.
those 4 Snickers a day that I eat, and we're gonna realize that we can't eat these things.
Nah, we're not supposed to be eating those things.
Our health is our only wealth. If you didn't have your health today, you couldn't come to the radio station.
Yeah,
if
that's
you don't
true.
have your health, you can't play football with your children. If you don't have your health, you can't stand up and go to the shop and buy yourself those horrible foods that you love to feed yourself. So health should be your only priority. And in fact, I'm a chef.
Yeah.
In a shop called Alkaline, in fact.
Right.
And it's in Brixton Hill.
I think I've actually walked past it. I think.
Wait, whereabouts in Brixton Hill? I go past it all the time.
It's on
It's in there in the grill.
It's number 100 Brixton Hill.
Oh, yeah, I've definitely
Is it
passed
near
it
the
then.
grill?
Yeah, St. Savory's Road.
Oh, near Sainsbury's Local and the
Yeah,
Tennessee chicken.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
I'm a guest chef there from Thursday to Sunday from 12 to 7.
All right.
So
Guest chef.
I cook like alkaline dumplings and alkaline rice, you know,
Wild
alkaline
rice,
everything.
There's
everything.
alkaline dumpling and alkaline
Yeah,
rice.
alkaline. There's
So what's
alkaline
that? Wild
everything.
rice?
Wild rice, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
makes
and
sense.
even the grains like the quinoa and the amaranth and the teff.
Yeah.
All of these things we also prepare as well. You know, with electric salads and bell pepper stew.
What's
Wow.
electric salads?
The electric salads, wow. The electric salads consists of all the colors of the bell peppers.
Right.
The red, the yellow, the orange, the green.
Mm.
And then we finely chop those up. And we also finely chop some spring onions, all right? And then we put that into one bowl. And then we take like 16 avocados and we blend that in a processor to turn the avocado into a puree. And then we dump that avocado into the finely chopped bell peppers and spring onions. And we add some sea salt and some olive oil to bring out the taste.
Wow.
And we whip that up, and that's the electric salad.
Yeah.
Full of
it's
electricity.
certainly electric. I can.
Full of electricity.
Yeah, most definitely.
What's the difference with sea salt and
And table salt.
yeah.
Well, sea salt comes from the sea,
sea? Yeah.
definitely. And the sea contains many minerals. And table salt is man-made. It's made in a lab.
It's made in a lab?
Yes, it will suck all of your oxygen from your body.
Mm.
You don't want that.
Guys, do have to apologise, a bit cut for time on this, not because it's in any sort of reference to the actual topic, but for people who want to get more information. Obviously you've given out your website here, you've got the book out there. Obviously people can head to YouTube and check out Dr.
Dr. 𝐦𝐤𝐬.
Sabey, that's right. I'm definitely
Yes, and
I wasn't expecting to get
actually-
all this, you know.
I actually documented my stay at 𝐤𝐤𝐤𝐬 Village.
Right,
It's
right.
on YouTube right now. You can watch it. It's called Eat to Live
Eat to Live.
at 𝐤𝐤𝐤𝐬
Right.
Village. 𝐤𝐤𝐤 is spelled USHA.
Right, Usha Village.
Eat to Live at 𝐤𝐤𝐤𝐬 Village.
Right, lovely. Samuel, who are we sponsored by?
Sponsored by Insane Gentlemen, where sanity becomes insanity.
And
You can get 20% off by quoting BC20 at checkout.
Samuel, you're really intently reading that book, so hopefully one day we can have.
I keep looking at it. I'm curious, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm seeing it saying garlic is man-made.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
Yeah, 'cause
and
I-
celery,
yeah.
celery's got the most
Inorganic salt.
inorganic.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
mad.
a quick learner, you know.
Yeah,
Man,
you're
just
good.
go-
You're good.
Yeah. Nah, cause you don't understand me.
Good,
I
you
so do you know what it is? I still behave like a child. I'm proper curious and
We're
I
all children.
still so
learning
okay.
to the grave.